Hi friends, welcome back to VLSI Fab. In this series, we will be going to discuss about placement, its goal, objective, and how this step optimizes to get the better quality of result in physical design. And please watch till last. And if you feel these videos are helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And also don't forget to watch my previous videos, which includes ASIC design references. So, what is placement? So, placement is the process of placing standard cells in the rows created at the floor planning stage. So, the goal is to minimize the total area and the interconnect cost. The quality of routing is highly determined by the placement state. So, mainly there are three parameters we can check in the placement stage: timing, congestion, and area. And we will be discussing all the parameters in the upcoming slides. As we know, day by day technology node is shrinking and it's getting smaller and smaller. Earlier people used to work on 180 nm and now people are working on 5 nm or less than that. So the area decreasing is significant. So to reduce the area we need to take care of the interconnect also. And the placement step we specially take care of the routability and power and area performance of the design. So guys, watch the video till last and see the whole series to know how we can optimize the design in placement step. So in screen you can see in which stage actually placement step comes. So it comes just after your floor plan completed. So inputs for placement stage will be gate level netlist, floor plan design, then design libraries, design constraints, technology files, and so on. So if you want to know more on floor plan, please refer VLSI Fab floor plan videos in which I have shown how to do floor plan in tools. So coming to the placement, we will be discussing all throughout our presentation, and I tried to give maximum information on the slides. So guys, please watch till the end. So this is the key steps of placement stage. First we will do the sanity check. For that we will check whether floor plan stage outputs are acceptable or not. So and then we will do the setup for the design setup and QOR setup, and we will be discussing on this on upcoming slides. Once the setup will completed, we will do the placement and optimization. So first stage in placement is pre-placement or sanity check. When we are going for placement, that means DCG is completed. For that, physical synthesis is completed, and actual floor plan means all macros are placed properly set, then blockages all set, then power planning is completed, and so on. So for more details, you can see the floor planning video of VLSI Fab. So what are the things that we check before placement? So we check the missing or extra placement and routing blockages. Then we make sure that don't touch attribute on cells and nets are there. Then there should not be any high WNS timing violation. Then we check the pin access, and we check whether any don't use cells is applied or properly or not. Then we check whether all the hard macros are fixed or not, and the pre-placed cells are fixed or not. So these are the things we check before doing the placement. So the command is check design checks pre-placement stage. So this command writes an error warning and info message generated by running checks on the design. So this command has no dependency on scenario specific information. So when we run this command, it will check whether PGNet is defined or not in the UPF as a supply net. Then if any timing loop is there, it will tell you. And again, whether design has scan chain defined in the scanf or not. So this kind of design mismatch, so it will tell you whether if any design mismatch between the objects are there or not. This command check physical constraint will checks whether floor plan data is available or not, and checks for the presence of core and die areas. It also performs various checks on site rows, move bounds, group bounds, layers, tracks, fixed and macro cells instances, and placement blockages. So irrespective of timing and power results, we should fix this design and flow requirement setup. By default, PlaySoft will be active on all the scenarios. It will optimize for setup, leakage, dynamic power, maximum transition, and max cap and min cap. So definitely PlaySoft will ignore the hold. So if you want to enable it for few scenarios, you can do it by set scenarios option. Now coming to the design requirement setup, total power is a combination of leakage and dynamic power. So to enable the total power optimization, we apply the app options. For leakage, again we know that high VT, low leakage, but it's slow, and low VTA cells are fast but high leakage. So for leakage improvement, what we do the VT swapping. So we'll change the LVT cells with identical RVT or HVT cells. Dynamic power optimization has lower optimization priority than timing or DRC. So it requires switching activities to calculate the dynamic power. So by giving the app options, set app option -list op.power.mode dynamic or total, you can make it true. So if you want to know more, you just write down in the comment section. I will get back to you with the app options. So next step is enable SPG flow. So if your input netlist was generated by SPG synthesis with design compiler graphical, enable the SPG placement flow by the app options, set app option -list place of flow do SPG true. Then next option is next design setup is control spare cells and placement. So what is spare cell? First of all, what is spare cell and how to identify it? So all inputs are in a spare cells, all inputs are floating or tied high or tied low, and all outputs are floating, and these are not physical only cells. First of all, so spare cells can be included in the synthesis netlist itself, and spare cells will be placed along with the regular standard cells and automatically spread out evenly, controlled by the app given in the slides. Then next design setup is restrict library cell uses. So sometimes designer may want to restrict the use of specific cells during CTS or timing optimization. For example, for crosstalk or for EM, we don't expect driver having big drive strength. So, and for leakage power also, high leakage resistors in ULVT libraries we don't expect. So these kind of things we take care in this design setup. So next is configure scenarios for MCMM optimization. So concurrent MCMM optimization requires creation of scenarios. So optimization occurs in active scenarios for enabled analysis type. Suppose you have enabled setup, enabled leakage, max tran, max cap, so all that, and hold analysis type is ignored during place op. So even if you enable it, and configure the scenarios appropriately prior to executing the place opt. So QOR setup. After design requirement setup, we come to QOR setup. So we do the QOR setup according to the QOR requirements. As after running place opt, first we will check the congestion. If congestion is acceptable, we move to check for the timing and power. If we are having some issue with congestion, then we can apply the following techniques, like apply the keep out margin and placement blockage, which we are going to discuss in the upcoming slide. And we can increase the placement and congestion level effort, and CDR and global route based HFS and DRC fixing. So these are actually the main techniques for congestion removal, but there are some other techniques also, which if I can cover, I will try to cover those congestion reduction techniques in my upcoming videos. In this slide, we will be discussing about few terms which are required to reduce congestion. So first is hello. Hello is the region, hello or keep out margin. So hello is the region around the boundary of fixed macro in the design in which no other macros or standard cells can be placed. Hello allows the placement of buffers and inverters in its area. Halos of adjacent macros can be overlapped. If macros move from one place to another place, halos will also be moved. So, and moreover, there are three types of blockages we use for congestion reduction. So, first one is soft blockage, then hard blockage, and partial blockage. So, soft blockage specifies a region where only buffers can be placed. That means standard cells cannot be placed in this region. Then hard blockage. Hard blockage specifies a region where all standard cells and buffers cannot be placed. It prevents the placement tools from placing standard cells and buffers in this region. Then partial blockage. The partial blockage will determine the blockage factor for any blockage is 100% by default. So no cells can be placed in this region, but the flexibility of blockages can be chosen by the partial blockages. Suppose if you can give the blockage percentage like 50%, 60%, like that. So if your congestion is acceptable and we are more concerned about power or area, we will do the following setup given in the slides. So main command for reporting power is report_power, and to find the cell count and area, it's report_area. So by default the power optimization effort is low. So trade-off is, if we do effort high in power optimization, then TNS and area will get worst because it will swap the less leaky cell, and by default area optimization is also low. Then in the slide you can see that we can set the app options to high to make more power optimized. Then next point is pre-route layer optimization. So what it do actually, it automatically assigns longer and more timing critical nets to higher layers, because higher layers having less resistance. So using min or max layer constraints. And enable low power placement. What it do, it reduces dynamic power by moving cells to shorten high switching activity signal nets. So you can see in the diagram the high switching net, which I marked in red color, so become small in the second diagram to optimize the dynamic power. So if we can reduce the high toggling net, then power optimization can be done. So once the congestion is acceptable, analyze the timing and the logical DRCs. To check off more violating path, report timing, and for logical DRCs, report_constraints, and hold is not addressed in the place of stage. So to get the summary of timing violations across all the scenarios, type the command report_QOR-summary and use report_constraints-all-maxtran or maxcap for logical DRCs. So increase the timing optimization effort to medium or high to get the better timing optimization. So by default it is low. So if we increase the timing optimization effort to medium or high, it may improve the WNS or TNS at the cost of runtime, area, and possibly power. So if you are more interested to learn about the timing optimization, just shout in the comment section. I will make a separate video for that. So till now we have discussed up to QOR setup. So the command for running the placement and optimization is place underscore opt. So this following command places and optimizes the current design and end up with an optimized design with a legalized placement. So place opt passes through 5 stages actually. So by running -from and -to, we can use different stages separately. So what are the different stages of placement actually? So means place opt. The 5 stages of place opt are initial course placement or initial underscore place. So I will not going to discuss in details, but I will tell you what happens in those 5 stages actually. So initial course placement or initial underscore place, it in this stage it performs wireline driven course placement and scan chain optimization. Then next stage is HFN buffering or initial underscore DRC. So it removes buffer trees, perform high fan out synthesis and logic DRC fixing. The next step is initial optimization or initial underscore opto. That is, in this stage it performs quick timing optimization. The next stage is final placement or final underscore place. So it performs incremental and final timing driven placement to improve timing and routability. That is global routing used for congestion removal. And the last stage is final optimization, that is final underscore opto, that performs final full scale optimization and legalize the design. So we have come to the last slide. After running place opt, we will analyze congestion. Once it is acceptable, that means routability is fine. So we are allowed to move to optimize the other parameters such as power or timing. So once all are optimized, we go to the next stage, that is CTS. And if you like my video, go to the comment section and write down if you want the same kind of video for CTS also. Thank you guys. Kindly like and share, and if you are new, then please subscribe to VLSI Fab to get all the videos regularly, and also give comments and suggestions for the scope of improvement. Thank you guys.